So you're a Lego fan, and whether it was nostalgia that brought you back in, or you've just always been a fan since childhood, or you were just shopping the one day and you saw that one Lego set just sitting on the end cap of a shelf. Whatever reason it is, you are a Lego fan now, and unfortunately, it's just not a good time to be a Lego fan. Things are just way too pricey. While Lego's always been expensive because they drive high quality compared to their competitors, it's just really, really expensive now. So today I want to talk about how the hell do people afford to buy Lego? Now, this is going to be obvious, but this does not include people who have lots of money or are influencers of some sort who get Lego for free. Whatever reason, someone just has an excess amount of money. This is for the people like myself who has no money to spare but still loves being a Lego fan and wants to get those sets. So,
It's not about money. It's about sending a message.
number one, I feel like I shouldn't have to say, but it's more of a PSA than just anything to help you with saving money. It's just don't go into debt. I know that sounds obvious, but it's very easy to go into debt for a hobby you love. And this isn't just true for Lego, this is for any hobby. If it's something that brings you joy, do not go into debt over this. Just please make sure that your life is taken care of as best as you can. I know everybody's walk of life is a little bit different, but please just make sure you have the necessities taken care of, your electric bills paid, you have food on the table. It will turn something you love into something you hate very quickly. So again, not really a money saving thing. It's just more of a PSA. Just don't dig a hole where it doesn't need to be dug. All right? Cool.
Hey, take it easy, man.
So this leads me to number two, which is also kind of a PSA than anything, but it's more about pacing yourself. When I got back into the hobby, I was in my late 20s. I had a little bit of extra money to spare, and I just went hard. And I went and bought so many Lego sets, just anything that interested me, and I just spent hundreds and hundreds of dollars where I shouldn't have. A lot of times it was around sets that I don't even remember. Some of the sets I don't even care about anymore, so it was a lot of wasted money on sets that I don't really need. Now, obviously, I'm not saying don't buy anything because you gotta buy something, right? Unless you're an influencer, no one's just gonna hand you Lego sets or outside of a birthday party or something like that, right? So you gotta be wise about spending your money. Just don't go crazy buying everything that you just lay your eyes on because you're gonna run out of money very, very, very quickly. But again, hey, it's your money. If that's what you wanna do, go for it. Who am I to tell you otherwise, right?
But why? Why would you do that? Why would you do any of that?
For item number three, don't buy from Lego, that being the Lego store or the Lego website, unless it's beneficial to you. There are other ways to get Lego cheaper or with returns on your purchase, whether that's cash back or discounts or something like that. And Lego does not have a good history of having those types of deals. Outside of their insiders program, they do have deals there or you can get coupons, but again, you have to buy Lego from them to get those coupons and whatnot. Now, there are a few catches here because there are some exclusive things like Brickheads or some of those UCS sets for Star Wars, other things like that. There are exclusive purchases where you can only buy from Lego. So there are times where you will have to buy from Lego, but again, only buy from them when necessary because that's where you're going to be paying full price almost 100% of the time. Now, there are some other deals on Lego website that can be beneficial to you. For example, let's take a look at their website right now. Right now, they are offering some exclusive deals. So if we take a look at the top here, it's almost always at the top. If not, you'll see it in the center or bottom where they have different promotions that go on. So this is where those benefits can come in and help you a lot. Right now, they do have a member offer. This is kind of a newer thing they're starting to do where if you are an insider, they'll give you special discounts. But again, those are going to be very, very specific and very often around sets that are expensive. For example, we have the Hogwarts Express. That's $100 off. That is a huge deal, and that's why, again, out of stock immediately because that's a huge discount. So you will get some of those from time to time, but do not count on those on a regular basis from Lego. Again, the Nintendo Entertainment System, you get $50 off. That's a very big discount. That's a huge deal, especially for this. Especially for this. This set's been out for a while. It's probably nearing retirement, so that's probably why they're also doing that on the specific Nintendo set. Also, they do have sales. They're usually on their less popular sets, but occasionally there will be a few things that will catch your eye. Again, like we have Venomized Groot here for 30% off. That's a pretty good deal. They do have a variety of sets, but again, it's going to more often be on those sets that are just less popular or not coming off the shelves very well. In some cases, they're the ones that are nearing retirement. As you can see, we have some Avatar sets here. Those have been out for a while. The movie's long gone at this point. So they're just trying to get them off their warehouse shelves, and they're going to take them off there that way. So there are two other points I would like to hit here before we move on. Lego does offer 2x and 5x weekends, sometimes weeks. It depends on whatever they have offering right now. For example, right now they have a 2x points on purchases, and this is on any purchase, I believe. So yeah, they are showing a 2x on purchases. Sometimes they have them on very specific cases. Usually you'll see those with like Harry Potter and Star Wars, those licensed sets where you will get X amount of points back for those purchases. You will get points for every purchase that you make on the Lego website or at the store, as long as you have your member information, whatever. And this is based off of a dollar value. So if you have a $50 purchase or a $20 purchase, whatever, there's going to be a point value based on how much you're spending. So if, for example, if we click onto the poinsettia here, this is one of their new sets that came out. If you look in the details, it'll show you what the point value is. And again, if there is an X multiplier of those points, it will show that specifically here on those items that it matches for. So again, you can spend money on the website when it's beneficial to you. These points will add up, and then if you go into your insider's account, you can turn those points in for actual Lego sets or for coupons for discounts on other sets. There are other deals they offer with this as well. The other bonus that Lego does normally add on to buying from their website is getting a GWP. What's a GWP? That's a gift with purchase. And normally these are quite small and usually around the $20 range or less, but they do have higher level ones based on your purchases. Now, there's been a little controversy around these lately because Lego has been putting a kind of a higher paywall on getting some of these GWPs. For example, they have the Lego Bakery out, which is kind of a Christmassy Lego set right now for a $200. And if you click into it, maybe. Why is this not taking me to the bakery? What is happening? Let's try it again. Learn more. Oh, good. Something went wrong. It's the Lego website. It just crashed. So, good timing for that, right? Ooh, there we go. They do have GWPs, which will give you that some little extra value based off of what you're doing. So again, they're not normally expensive sets. You're only going to see maybe $20, $25 sets at the highest here, but you will get some good return on investment whenever you buy together. The point is that if you're going to spend money on the Lego website, do it in a fashion that's going to be valuable to you. Use the GWPs, get the points back, all that fun stuff. That way that whenever you are spending the money, at some point, that value is going to be returned on to you. So this actually does lead me to point number 4, which is using cashback tools. When normally you hear about cashbacks, anything, it's related to credit cards, right? That's where you hear like the Capital One commercials where you get cash back in your wallet for spending X amount, blah, whatever. You know, there are other cashback tools available to you online. This is why I specifically don't go to stores very often to buy items unless it's a worthwhile investment to do so. So what I like to do is I use Rakuten. They do often give you cash back. It's pretty typically between 2.5, 3.5% on a normal basis. But much like Lego, they do specials as well. And there are, on more occasions, you'll see those with 5% back. And in more rare occasions where they have specials going on, they'll give you 15, 20% back on your purchase. And again, those do have some exclusions, which are usually tied to exclusives that Lego will offer, but a majority of their Lego sets will give you a good chunk of money back. As you start purchasing this, that money will come back to you and usually a quarterly basis. So the nice thing about a tool like Rakuten is that it's not just tied to Lego specifically. You can use this with Walmart. You can use it with Lego. You can use it with other places like Target and Barnes and Noble, places that sell your Legos, right? But what's nice too is that you can use this with all sorts of other things. And then those purchases you make with other areas of life, whether it's another hobby or just other purchases you need in your life, you can have that cash back, which will come back to you where you can invest it into your Lego hobby. Or if it's not Lego, you can just use it to help pay your bills, whatever you need. So definitely use one of these tools. You're not going to have a huge amount of money back. As I said, I've got $176 back so far, and I've only been using it for about a year, year and a half. So you're not going to see thousands of dollars back. You're going to get it back in a quarterly fashion, at least with Rakuten. There are other options too. Like Capital One does have stuff like this as well. Now you might be saying, I don't want to use this because it's using affiliation. That's perfectly fine. Basically, what they're doing is the same thing as that YouTuber that's reviewing a Lego set for free and having you click their affiliate link. That's exactly what this tool is doing as well. The only difference is you're basically getting some of that money back for helping drive some of that marketing. So at least this affiliate marketing has some benefit to you, right? Do with that what you will. That's perfectly up to you, you know? I think I've talked enough about this one. Let's move on to point number 4.
Thank you for shopping at Walmart.
Use your local stores. There are tons of local stores that sell Lego. Now, some of them might be more surprising than others, but your local stores do have a better chance of having a sale. Now, what sucks about going to your local stores is they are going to only have a limited quantity of Lego sets available. So they might not even have the theme you want or the specific Lego set you want, which is kind of the downfall of having a local store to go to, but you do have options of getting some savings there. Let's take a look at a local store like Target. I don't have one nearby, but for this one, for example, we can come in and take a look at the Lego sets they have here, and they will have, well, look at that, Legos on sale. And you can typically get some sort of discount on some of these sets. Some will have free shipping. I know that's kind of more of a standard nowadays, but these stores also have their own special deals and exclusives in some cases that will save you a couple bucks, right? More often than not, you'll see up to 20% off of these Lego sets. That's because they're on rotation. These stores want to get them off the shelves and get the next new thing in. So they're not as bound as Lego to try to offer that full price. They want to get them off the shelves. So take a look at your local stores. Now, that we're not just talking about Walmart and Target. Take a look at your local Dollar General. They're usually a little bit overpriced, but they do have some offsets that you wouldn't expect to be there. Take a look at your Walgreens. Other local store chains, you'll be surprised how many stores offer Lego. It's crazy how many people don't realize that Lego is in a lot more places than your traditional box stores. So take a look around. You will find some of those stores, and a lot of times they'll have them on sale for ridiculously cheap prices, or they'll just have old sets that have been retired for a long time just because no one knows the store sells it. One thought that comes to mind is Boscov's. If you have a Boscov's nearby, if you didn't know, they sell Lego. They might not have the greatest selection, but they sell Lego, and a lot of times you can get some decent deals. Point number 5. Let's get into some of the more useful sites that I have found is Bricklink. Now, I'm sure if you've checked anywhere on YouTube or any other places, you probably have found references to Bricklink quite a bit. Bricklink is a website that was previously owned by a third party, but in recent years, Lego actually bought them out. So this is actually a fully supported Lego site, but it's a very, very useful tool for many different things. As you can see here, that's scrolling across the top, they do have a different grouping of Lego sets that are specifically built and created by fans. And then they can submit these and as part of a designer program, and then they can come in and you can actually get sets here. But that's neither here nor there. The main thing to keep in mind for Bricklink is that this is a very useful website to get specific things for Lego. So say you're interested in a Lego set that was retired and you can't get it on the store shelves anymore, and it's only available in third-party market. Lego actually has a program through Bricklink where people can sell through their market items here. They can sell directly through the Bricklink market, which is super nice because this allows you to go in and find whether it's a specific Lego set. You can find specific parts. So if you're into building mocks of your own, you can buy those parts on this site, or even minifigures. I'm a big minifigure collector. I'm more prone for the minifigs just because they're cheaper and they are much easier to display and whatnot. You can come here and find those specific minifigures or whatever you're looking for and buy them in the market. And you can also create an account here, so then you can also have a wish list. A wish list is going to be super helpful to you because then it's going to help you decide what's important. You can do that wish list here so that you can see those specific items that you want, whether it's a set or whatever, and kind of track what you're interested in. The other thing too is it really helps you get a gauge on what the actual value of an item is. So for me, for example, I like the Star Wars minifigures. So if we come out, we do minifigures, you can come in here. They have everything so well categorized, almost too well. Like if we go into Star Wars, they actually have them broken down into different specific areas. This is not a good example because I'm in the wrong area. Here we go. So there's 1,400 in Star Wars, 1,400 minifigs alone, and you can actually break it down to specific sub-themes. So I really like looking at the minifigures that have to do with the Clone Wars. That's kind of what I've been focusing on right now, is getting a lot of these Clone Wars minifigures, and you can come in here and you can find specifically what you want. Like if I want the Bad Batch, it brings you up that categorized list of all these characters that have to do with the Bad Batch, and I can say, all right, I want Tech. Tech is one of my favorite Bad Batch characters, and you can come in here and you can see all sorts of different price ranges from different sellers across the board. So here it gives you a general idea of what to expect. So even if you don't buy the item directly from here, you can get a good solid estimation of what it's valued at so that you're not overpaying somewhere else. This is a really good tool to use. So at the very least, come here to do your fact checking. Make sure the prices match what your expectations are so you're not getting cheated out of something and paying too much for something that you could get a much cheaper price for. The other thing that's nice about having this website to use is having that wish list. On here they call it my wanted list. One of these things that I really appreciate is that your tastes and what you want will change, and you don't even realize it until you start making that wish list. There's been many times where I've added sets to my wish list that I'm like, oh, this looks really cool, I'd like to have it. And then I come back in like a week or two later to update my list or just see what I want to buy, and I go, why did I add this to the list? I didn't even want, I don't really care about this Lego set. And then in the long term, that ends up saving you money because then you're not wasting money on a Lego set you really don't want. I've actually saved a lot of money because there's been many times, especially with Star Wars and that FOMO that hits, where you just want to buy a set because it's the thing that's out now and you want it. And then I put it to a wish list and then I come back later, I don't actually want that set. Maybe I only wanted a minifig from that set, and that's what drew my attention. Well, then I can just go, all right, well, I don't want to buy the whole set. I just want the minifig. Instead of spending $100, I spent maybe $20. And you save yourself a lot more money in the long run. So definitely create a Bricklink account, start a wish list, start doing that research. It's going to save you money in the long run. Make sure you do the research. This is a hobby where you could go into debt very easily, or you could overspend very easily. And having a tool like this is going to help you save money in the long run.
Get in, loser. We're going shopping.
This one might feel a little more obvious. Use Facebook Marketplace. Facebook Marketplace used to be a really good place where you could get really killer deals on Lego. It was normally because you have that person that would go in and just sell a batch of Lego that their kid didn't want anymore, or something along those lines where they just wanted to get rid of it. And you could get some really expensive Lego sets for extremely cheap. Nowadays, a lot of people are starting to catch on. Lego's becoming a lot more popular. So a lot more people are realizing I can get my money's worth out of this. But you will, from time to time, find some good deals on those Lego sets. So take a look through your marketplace and for your local areas. Sometimes you'll catch some good deals. And again, if you're not too worried about having a brand new set and you might just want a certain parts out of that set or something, a lot of times you can get a pretty good deal on your Lego here. So for example, I'm just taking a look through here. There is some really good deals, some are not. For example, we have a Lego minifigure lot. Without looking at it, it's $200. That seems really high at first glance. But if you think about it, a minifigure itself, no matter how popular it is usually a minimum value of at least $3 to $5. So looking at this, that could be a good deal. And just clicking in and seeing some of the details, this one's probably not a good deal. It doesn't seem like it would be worth $200. But again, do your research. Just take a look, take a through here, and again, you might find something like this truck here is $15. That's about what you could get it for at the store anyways. So you're not really making a huge deal on this. But at a later point, when this is retired, this could be something that's worth $30 on the third-party market versus you could get it here for 15 bucks from somebody who just doesn't want it anymore. And this has some specific pieces like those big tires. You don't see those anywhere. So you might get some of those useful parts out of this. So again, Facebook Marketplace can be a good place to get Lego sets. It's not typical that you're going to find anything great, but you can find some good stuff there.
Wow, a yard sale!
Point number 7 is check out your local yard sales. Now, I'm not one to like going to yard sales. I don't like going out and doing all that stuff. It's not my personal fancy, but there have been many stories where you can find really killer Lego deals on a yard sale because people just want to get rid of their stuff. It's very much the same as going to that Facebook Marketplace. You can get some really killer deals. There's been stories I've heard of people getting a Lego Death Star for next to nothing, like 50 bucks for something that's worth $500. So if you are up to it and you have a little extra cash in your pocket and you want to go take a look and you have a free Saturday, go take a look around and check out your local yard sales that your neighbors might be having, and you would be surprised how many times you can pick up some good stuff, quality stuff out of those. Again, not my cup of tea, but for you, it could just go down your road of interest.
eBay.
For number 8, we have eBay. This one's probably pretty obvious since eBay's been around for longer than some people have even been alive. It's obvious. eBay is that auction site where you can find everything. Again, all I ask is that you do your research and make sure that what you are buying is of fair value. Don't cause yourself to get ripped off on something where someone's just taking advantage of a current price. Make sure that you do the research, check out what the value is against Bricklink or some other site that you might find. I know Brick Economy is another website that has some good deals. But again, you can find some really good deals on here for items. And again, to fight that FOMO, that fear of missing out for those GWPs, you're going to pay extra for those if you don't want to buy Legos to just get them free on the Lego site. But a lot of them do come up on sites like eBay, where you can actually just go and buy that GWP separately. Like I said, they're more often than not going to be way overpriced, so you're not likely to get it at a fair value. But again, just do your research, make sure that you're getting something that is of the right value. They're selling a 2023 advent calendar. The reason why that's popping up is because we're getting into the 2024 year of advent calendar, and that's going to pop up. People might accidentally buy this thinking it's for this year. Make sure you pay attention and buy only if it's of fair value to you. Please read the descriptions. I can't tell you how many times someone's bought something on eBay thinking they got a killer deal on a Lego set and they just bought a manual. Please just be very careful when purchasing things on eBay. This leads me into point number 9. There are other apps out there that function much like eBay, but are much more new in the world of Lego. One that came to me more recently was Mercari. This is actually a really nice site to work with, because while it doesn't function exactly like eBay where you have to auction and try to win bids and things, the sellers have outright prices, but you can haggle with them. You have the option to negotiate what their offers are. You can even bundle things with different offers. I've actually just done this recently myself. Well, I have a seller that I've been working with pretty regularly where I've bought a lot of minifigs off of this seller, but we negotiate, we make deals with each other, and you can get some really killer deals on here. And again, just be careful because sites like Mercari and sites like Temu, which are offering Lego, will often have those off-brand, not actual Lego sets or some custom things. And a lot of times they'll have cracks in them, whatever. So just make sure that you are paying attention to what's being offered. Make sure that it's fitting exactly what you want. Many of these have specific codes. Check against that BrickLink. Again, BrickLink has all those details here. Item number SW1150. I can look this specific number up. And if we go back to Mercari and we'll just take a look just directly for that code, and you'll see there's nothing right now. But we can take a look through here and see what comes up specifically. This was a bad example because apparently no one's selling tech right now, but a lot of these sellers will offer different things. You can find really good deals on stuff. Again, just be careful. There are some people that will go out and try to overcharge you for something that's not of fair value. Also keep in mind there is shipping and handling with these types of things and fees and whatnot. So if it's like a $6 minifig, you might be paying an extra $6 on top of that for shipping, handling, and fees, whatnot. So keep in mind these different things. Like we have Crosshair here for $19. We'll use this one as a good example instead. So we have Crosshair, which is SW1152. If we come back over here, we'll take a look for that here. And you'll see in BrickLink, it's averaging for between $18 and $24, $25. So if we come back over here where we look at this, that's coming out at $19 plus about $6 or $7 with fees, which would come out to $26. But again, you can come in here and make an offer to this seller and be like, hey, maybe I can try to buy it from you for $14, which would even that out. So you're actually paying that fair value at the end of the day. But again, this one doesn't come with any of the other parts. You'll see that the Commando does come with other parts with it. I think it comes with a sniper rifle because it's Crosshair. If you want that, make sure that it's part of the listing. And here it's just the minifig. This is probably one I wouldn't do specifically either because you don't see the head. The person might not actually have the actual head in here. These sellers also have different reviews. Check the seller, make sure they're a reliable seller. Websites like Mercari do have protections for you so that if the seller doesn't end up sending it within a certain amount of time or you have an issue with it, you can back out. So you do have some safe holds there. I would not recommend using Temu right now. They just finally started selling legal, actual, real Lego sets, but Temu is still kind of shady with what they do, so I wouldn't recommend doing that, even though they do sell stuff. But if you do decide to use Temu, just be careful. It's exactly what you would expect out of a site like that. So just make sure that you're reading everything, make sure that you're following the proper steps to buy safely.
Death! By Snoo Snoo!
And last but not least, I think this is probably the most obvious one that everybody just goes to first, especially when you have no experience in the hobbies at all. Everybody goes to Amazon. Amazon. I mean, what's there to say? Everybody knows what Amazon is. Amazon is just like everything else. There are a lot of times good deals or what feels like good deals because they have the prices slashed. Don't fall for that. There are different tools you can use to save money. Again, you can use that Rakuten stuff in here where it will show you can save more money elsewhere. Make sure that you're doing the research. Is $136 a fair price for this Lego set? I don't know off the top of my head. I don't follow the Harry Potter stuff very much. So I would look this up and see how much is this set normally. Am I getting a fair deal here? This is with Prime, so I'd get free delivery. Am I paying extra for that? So Amazon is a good place sometimes. Very often you're going to be paying full price for stuff. It's not unless they have their Amazon Prime days or some other specials they do, usually like Black Friday. They do those random Amazon specials they do. So keep an eye on it. You're not likely to find a whole lot of great deals on Amazon on a regular basis, especially if you're into specific themes like Harry Potter or licensed things like Star Wars. So just keep an eye on it. Again, do your research. If you find that it's expensive or full price here, I guarantee you'll find it at a discounted price somewhere else, or you can use those cashback tools to alleviate some of that full price payment. This is just like Mercari, Temu. There are a lot of those knockoff brands here. So, for example, that Titanic. I see the Titanic everywhere. This is absolutely not the real Titanic Lego set because it's $90. And if you know anything about Titanic with Lego, you know you're not paying anywhere near that price. You're paying 10 times that price, close to it anyways. So just make sure that what you are buying on here is exactly what you think it is. Do the research, read the reviews, check all of your dot the I's, cross the T's, all that fun stuff. Amazon can get you some really good deals. I've found some really good deals. I've actually bought some Speed Champions myself. It was a good place to get some Speed Champions deals was on Amazon. I probably wouldn't go to Amazon to buy the Titanic. I would probably go through normal avenues like the Lego website where I can use that coupon codes that I earned through points. You can use those cashback rewards systems to get you some of that money back in the long-term invested. You'd also get some GWPs or extra points back. So make sure that you're just doing the research and buying appropriately here. That's kind of why I left these ones for last, because you kind of have to do a little bit more research compared to like if you went to the Lego site, you know, you're getting what you're paying for.
Thanks, Obama.
All right, folks, thanks for sticking with me today. I really appreciate you kind of following along. If you're still here, do the liking and subscribing and all that garbage. If you like this and you want to see more stuff like this, leave a comment below and talk about what you would like me to cover. This is kind of new for me. I don't usually do videos like this, so I'm more typically doing videos around like the history of different themes and whatnot. But if you like this and you want to see more, let me know. If you have any ideas, feel free to share them. But until next time, don't forget to be good, be kind, be well.